Hi, and welcome everybody to another edition of the Winner's Circle Sports Betting Podcast. My name is Ross Benjamin of RBWins.com. It's Tuesday, September 20th, and we're joined again, like every Tuesday, by Mr. Sean Higgs of PicksandParleys.net. Great handicapper there. Makes a lot of money for his customers. He's a volume guy, but you know what? You could trust him because he's not going to bankrupt you, even on a bad day. So just have good discipline and good money management. Craig, how are you?
You know, as I said, you can bet a lot of games. If again, baseball I bet a lot, but I'm taking dogs. It's run lines. The discipline is key, and the average person doesn't have it. The average person has a 3 and 10 day, and they're knocked out of betting for a week. Like, come on, you should be able to withstand 3 and 20 runs, 3 and 30 runs.
Right. So here's the thing, and I'm sure that you'll agree with me. The problem is with a lot of people out there is they're looking for the hot handicapper. So someone like Sean, who bets many games a day, could have a tremendous record over the last 3 days. You jump aboard and he, lo and behold, you can't continue to go 70-75% all year. There's going to be a dry spot. And if you catch a dry spot right off the bat, why Sean and me are preaching this is because with a guy like Sean, you need to really exercise really good money management and discipline because you want to be able to withstand a bad day or two. Okay. And that's what the problem is with people. They see your 30 and 13 over your last 43 picks. And that's jump
4 days.
And you have
a college basketball weekend.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just being hypothetical here.
Listen, you're absolutely, and that's the thing because it fluctuates. Oh, look, you go 8 and 2, but then all of a sudden I'm 3 and 3 or 2 and 5, and you lost. Well, hey, bro, I'm not I'm not going to hit 75%. I'm happy, and people want to frown and come in and 56%, 55 is terrible. All right, fella, I'll see. That's why you're getting up at 6:30 or 5:30 morning, taking a shower and going to work all day, and I'm dropping the kids off at school and making breakfast and coming in and grinding out. I hate, like in the business, Russ, it's like, oh, you're a tout, you're a hype man, a seller,
it's an insult to guys like us. Yeah.
I'm a bettor at heart. Like I fire games, and it's, long time, 20-some years to be able to bet 20 college football games or 30 something college hoops game on a Saturday. You got to be disciplined and be able to withstand a loss. You got to just build up little at a time.
If you weren't successful, you would be out of money by now.
Yeah. And I sure wouldn't be on site for 18 years.
You exactly. I don't know who would want you on the site if you're giving out that many games and you're not winning, because that could crucify customers. And nobody's going to buy from you. So there's a reason why he's been doing it this long and he's survived this long, is in light of the fact that he gives out a lot of games. Like I said, I'm not a big proponent of that, but whatever, to each his own. And I would say, if you're going to follow a volume handicapper, make sure he has a proven record. And folks, when you're a volume handicapper, 55 to 56% is excellent. Okay. Because if you do the math, it's simple math. It's simple math. Take 1,000 plays at 56% at $100 a game. See what you come up with at odds of -110 to 100 on average. Yeah. So anyway, we got 2 college football games we're going to talk about upcoming Saturday, Wisconsin and Ohio State. And then I'm going to touch upon the Tennessee and Florida game in the SEC. But before we get to that, Sean, tell the folks where they could find you. Tell them about your daily video you do over at Picks and Parleys and how they could view that. And in addition to how you've been doing of late, what you got coming up.
All right. So Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs for the Twitter universe, folks. And I do the Picks and Parleys videos. We do the Power Hour. And I'm the face. I do my midday money show every day, 12 noon Eastern. And that's on the Winning Free Picks YouTube channel. So, and what I got coming up? We got college, NFL football, have a little baseball. Tough run in baseball last week. Again, we talk about these big faves, 330, 340. I'm a run line or a dog guy, so it's been a little rough with some of the faves winning, but That is what it is. I gotta, we'll ride it out. We'll ride it out. And NFL, college, not too bad. We're 18-10 in NFL and 26 and 24, 25 in college football, like 53%. Again, not making a profit yet. It is what it is. We'll grind through it. It's all right.
Well, you're making a profit in the NFL, 18
Yeah.
and 10. So, yeah, I mean, 26 and 24, 44 and
It's about 53.
yeah, I mean, you're still making money. That's
they can do a
that's
little
the
better,
bottom
though.
line. I know we were talking off air, and you caught a couple bad breaks over the weekend. A lot of people caught bad breaks. As a matter of fact, when you look at some of these meltdowns,
The NFL meltdowns. College, all right. College, you expect bad things. NFL, some of them. And folks, it's not even like I had the Jets in the over. I'm like, take the Jets in the over here.
yeah,
Jets out. I'm talking crazy.
that was
about stuff
found money. Found money, my man.
Yeah, like just crazy. The Rams block punt, and I had the Rams in super contest, but I had Atlanta again plus 13 there, good early number. It's tough losing with your early numbers when you get a good number and you're like, come on, give me that one.
So you could find Craig over at picksandparleys.net. And Craig, you want to tell him a little
Sean,
bit?
you hit me with a Craig again.
Jeez, I'm so sorry, man. Sean Higgs, not Craig Trapp. Craig Trapp's the owner at Picks and Parleys. I don't know. For years now, I've been mistaking these two guys. And me and Sean go back a long way and have had a more of a friendship. Nothing against Craig, but I've known Sean for a long time.
Long time.
That's my point. And I keep confusing him. No disrespect intended. But tell them a little bit about your video you do daily over.
Yeah. So the midday money is every day, 12 noon Eastern. And I give my picks for the day, what I like, a recap of yesterday's, and then it's a free for all. It's like a call-in talk show, but it's online comments. And I tell you what I like. If I don't like it, my opinion, I don't ever try to talk somebody off it. It's your money. You're ready to bet it. Yeah. I'm not putting my money on. You like it, go for it. I just give you my 2 cents for free, as they say, right?
Exactly. I learned that a long time ago. When somebody has a conviction one way and you're on the other side, you're better off keeping your mouth shut.
And that's what I say to them. I said, you're ready to bet your money. I wasn't, it didn't even make my card. I didn't even look at it today. So I'm just saying why I did it. Do what you're ready to go. Fire away. You're ready.
You can find me at rbwins.com. That's rbwins.com. Off to a great start this football season. 11-7 in college football, 9-4 in the NFL. That's a combined 20-11, which is good for 65%. I couldn't ask for a better start than that. Well, I could, but I would sign up for 20-11 at this juncture of the season all day long. And also my NFL, I hit both of my best bets the first 2 weeks as I had the Green Bay Packers on Sunday night over the Chicago Bears. I had my heart in my mouth.
The end there, I had them too.
Yeah. So when that quarterback sneaked, they got ruled no touchdown. And then also week 1, I had the Giants plus the 5.5 outright over Tennessee. Yes. So folks, just a friendly reminder as well. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, take a second to do so. It's absolutely free. There's no strings attached. There's no hidden agenda. You sign up, you subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Actually, it's an OSGA tab on the bottom right-hand side. If you hover over that, a subscribe button will come up. Hit subscribe, then hit notifications within your YouTube settings, so you'll be alerted immediately upon us publishing any of our Winner's Circle podcast on this channel, which right now is 5 days a week. All right, let's get to the free picks. And Sean Higgs is going to lead us off. Wisconsin and Ohio State at the Horseshoe in Columbus.
Well, I redeemed myself from that Ohio State debacle on opening night with our Florida State winner there last week. So let's see if we get another one here. So we got 17, 18 points here for Ohio State, total 57. Last time Badgers win 2010, last time they had a win here. And shockingly, these guys haven't played since 2019. So it's been a little bit, but let's be honest. As much, you had Green Bay. I was with you, late 10 points a week before. I was right with you on the Giants outright. Yeah. So it's tough coming in and taking favorites. People are like, oh, anybody could take favorites. That's not really, it's not really, you're not handicapped. You're taking 20-point faves. As you said off the air, we were talking, how is it Ohio State a 21-point favorite, right? I mean, the Badgers, Mertz is not a guy you want to put your life on to come back in a game. 17-14, they lost to Washington State. You beat Illinois State, New Mexico State. Come on. Straz off it's Toledo, 77 points. I get it. 5 touchdowns. Wisconsin's going to want to run the ball. That's what they do to keep them off the field. And as I said, let's go back to the Notre Dame tape. They have NFL wide receivers, probably 5 of them. And now he's got a couple games under his belt. You saw a 77 spot come up. I'm not saying they're scoring 77 here, but Wisconsin secondary, they're not. They come on. This is just a bad matchup. This is Ohio State finding their feet, getting into the flow of a Big Ten play. Team total over, game day here, whatever it's going to be, 37-38 probably. Again, I want to just pencil in Ohio State versus the entire Big Ten for like a 47-48 clip every game. Because you're not slowing them down.
Yeah.
You're not slowing the team down. Okay, Notre Dame did that. And I think that's more of just kind of getting into the feel and, you know, that. And even then, they probably should have covered a number there. But Mertz, I mean, look at the Mertz numbers here. What do we got here? 5 touchdown passes, 80% completion in one game, 58% in a loss. New Mexico State, 12 of 15. Like, you're going to have to throw the ball a lot more than that. And Ohio State defenders might be playing on Sundays in another year or two. So I'm going to lay the 18. Should be 20 plus points, I think, here. Over team total for sure. I mean, Wisconsin's always a defensive.
What's their team total?
I usually don't check that till game day. Right. You know, I don't think that's even posted a lot of times. I mean, maybe some sites might have it up. I didn't see it. Listen, Wisconsin, run the ball, grind it out kind of team. I understand. I don't think it's going to matter. Ohio State kind of played that game in week 1, and I think they found their footing. Looking for a big game here. Stroud's got to get back in that Heisman. That, you know, listen, 5 touchdowns versus Toledo is one thing. Put 5 up against Wisconsin, and people like, well, you know what, Russ? They'll probably say, "Well, it was Wisconsin. They're not that good this year." So do it against Michigan.
I mean, look, if that's the way you feel, then you should bet Ohio State. You should follow what Sean is telling you. You know, I mean, Wisconsin, they beat New Mexico State and who?
Illinois State.
Illinois State, who plays.
I mean, even and I had them over the Washington State game, and they shot themselves a foot. Couple fumbles in enemy territory. You know, they're going in, fumbles, interception. But you also had a couple of interceptions yourself you couldn't capitalize on. Yeah, and that gets back to this offense and run first, and then okay, now the quarterback's got to make a play. Well, good luck making a play versus Ohio State when you're down, when it's 14-0 out of the gate, and there's 4 minutes left in the first quarter, and you're down 14. You could be tough sledding when you know you're going to run the ball to try to loosen things up.
Well, I see a lot of similarity between Wisconsin and Notre Dame offensively. Neither is very good, in my opinion. And Wisconsin's not built to come from behind. They never have been. Okay. It's get these big offensive linemen, give it to a real good running back, and grind it out. And they've had a lot of success doing it. But when you play a team like Ohio State, you need to score, because you're not going to hold them to 21, 24 points. It's not going to happen. I know Notre Dame did, but as Sean just alluded to, a lot of it had to do with the fact that it was a season opener, you know? So, I told you off air, and I'll stick by my guns. I think Ohio State should be somewhere around a 21-point favorite in this game. I certainly respect the odds makers. I don't fear them. This is one of those times where I'm scratching my head with this line. And I agree with you, Sean. I don't see how Wisconsin stays in this game. And if they get behind, if they're down 14, 17 points at the half, the game's over. Okay. Because they don't have the passing game. They're not dynamic enough offensively to overcome that. And it could end up snowballing.
And as you mentioned, Notre Dame, this is a big game for Ohio State, because you struggle again here, and then it's like, well, are they really that good? Like, Notre Dame, now Wisconsin, is Wisconsin that good? You know, now you're going to say is Wisconsin's a good team, which I don't think. I think it's Georgia, Bama, and then pretty much everybody else. I mean,
well, you said New Mexico State and Illinois State. Illinois State plays at the FCS level. That was one of their wins. The other win was against New Mexico State, who, along with, well, UNLV's improved this year, along with UNLV over the last decade, probably has one of the worst records in FBS. So
Just looking at them right now. Oh,
not
my
very
goodness.
impressive wins. And the one challenge they had, like was touched upon by Sean, is the one game they had against Washington State at home, and they lose the game as a double-digit favorite. So
Real fast on New Mexico State. 4 games played. Their top 2 running backs in those 4 games. One has 111 yards, the other one 107. Their best running backs can't even get 25. They're barely getting 25 yards a game.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and they don't belong to a conference, and they wonder why they can't recruit there. They draw friends and family, if that. So anyway, not to pick on New Mexico State.
Yankees.
My point is Toledo's a hell of a lot better than Illinois State and New Mexico State. And Ohio State hung 77 on them, 77-31. I think that game finished. But Toledo's much more dynamic offensively.
Yeah. I mean, it's a MAC team, but still, I mean, you figure they'd play a little bit. It's, hey, we get Ohio State, let's show out a little bit. We know some of these guys from high school. Yeah, 77.
Yeah, 77. Exactly. All right, I'm going to take a look at the Tennessee-Florida game, Sean. And right now, this line jumped right off the board at me.
Yep.
Tennessee is an 11-point favorite. They are begging you to take the underdog Gators here. But stop and think about this, folks. Look, Florida got off to a great start, upsetting Utah at home as an underdog in their season opener. Everybody was on the Florida bandwagon. They were a top 10 team.
After not being ranked.
Yeah, right. And then they follow that up with an upset loss at home against Kentucky, 26-16 as a 6-point favorite. And then how do they rebound from that? They host South Florida last week as a 23.5-point home favorite. They eke out a 31-28 win against South Florida, failing to cover by over 20 points. And they were outgained in that game by 84 yards beside.
They were losing in the fourth quarter there.
Yeah.
5 minutes ago, they scored with 5 minutes left to take a lead.
Yeah, they haven't been the same team since opening day, so, and Tennessee, 3-0 straight up in ATS on the year. They've outscored their opponents 156-43. They have outgained them by over 200 yards a game. And think about this too, Sean. Florida has won the last 5 meetings in this matchup. Actually, the Gators have really owned the Vols over the years. Yet, the odds maker says we don't care. Tennessee, we're making them an 11-point favorite. And they're, like I said, they're begging you to take the underdog. I'm not falling for the bait. Okay. I'm taking Tennessee here, minus the 11 over Florida. And Sean Higgs, he likes, you tell him who you like, Sean. Ohio State.
Ohio State minus the 17.5, 18.
Yep. Against
Find a little team total. Listen, if that team total's under, who knows what it'll be, 30. I don't even know what it'll probably be at. I think they're going to put up 44. I'm always, anytime Ohio State comes out, I'm thinking 45-17. So
yeah, there you go. I can't disagree with that. I mean, look, last week he just mentioned he hit his free pick on our video last week. I also had Wyoming plus 15 outright
over Air Force. Good play there.
Over Air Force. So we had a nice comeback there by Florida State to barely cover, but a win is a win is a win. So
we with a backup quarterback, with the quarterback coming in.
Right, exactly.
Another game the QB goes down. See that a lot of quarterbacks getting hurt.
And they did that on the road too. That was impressive. So anyway, Sean, until next Thursday or next Tuesday, excuse me.
Yeah, I'll be
I hope you have a fantastic week. And folks, don't forget to tune in and see Sean every morning, Monday through Friday at picksandparleys.net. Is that right? Monday through Friday?
No, 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
And and you can see it. Yeah. 7 days on the Win and Free Picks channel.
There you go. There you go. So, and also check him out at picksandparleys.net for his premium paid selections. He's off to a solid 18-10 start in the NFL. And again, folks, friendly reminder with me, rbwins.com is my site, 20-11 combined NFL and college football to start the season. That was on the heels of an 8-4 NFL preseason. So things have started awfully nice for me in the football season. And I strive hard for that to continue on a weekly basis. Anyway, till the next time, folks, for Sean Higgs and Ross Benjamin, we'd like to wish each and every one of you all the very best. Take care and God bless.